In the morning, when you feel unwilling to rise, let this thought be present. I am rising to the work of a human being. Why then am I dissatisfied if I am going to do the things for which I exist, and for which I was brought into the world? Or have I been made for this, to lie in the bedclothes and keep myself warm? But this is more pleasant. Do you exist then for the sake of pleasure rather than action or exertion? Do you not see the little plants, the little birds, the ants, the spiders, the bees working together to put in order their own particular corners of the universe? And are you unwilling to do the work of a human being? And do you not make haste to do that which is your very nature to do? But it is necessary to take rest also. It is necessary. However, nature has fixed bounds to this too. She has fixed bounds both to eating and drinking, and yet you go beyond these bounds, beyond what is sufficient. By contrast, in your actions, you stop short of what you can do. All this goes to show that you do not love yourself, or if you did, you would love your nature and her will. Those who love their own art, they exhaust themselves in working at them, without washing, without food. But you value your own nature less than the turner values the turning art, or the dancer the dancing art, or the lover of money values his money, or the vainglorious man his little glory. And such men, when they have a violent affection for a thing, choose neither to eat nor sleep in order to perfect the things which they care for. But are the actions that concern society as a whole more vile in your eyes and less worthy of your labor? How easy it is to repel and to wipe away every impression which is troublesome or unsuitable, and immediately to be in complete tranquillity. Judge every word and deed that is in accordance with nature to be fit for you, and do not be diverted by the blame or comments from others that follows from it. But if a thing is good to be done or said, do not consider it unworthy of you. For those persons are directed by their own principles and follow their particular feelings and volitions. Do not pay them any regard, but go straight on, following your own nature and the nature common to all. Both of these go by one single way. I pass through the experience meted out by nature until I shall fall and rest, breathing out my breath into that element out of which I daily draw it in, and falling upon that earth from which my father got his seed, and my mother her blood, and my nurse her milk, from which during so many years I have been supplied with food and drink, and which bears me when I tread on it and abuse it in so many ways. You say, men cannot admire the sharpness of my wits. Be it so, but there are many other qualities of which you cannot say, nature has not given them form in me. Show those qualities then which are altogether in your power: sincerity, gravity, the ability to work hard and to put aside pleasure, contentment with what you have, being happy with few things, benevolence, frankness, no love of superfluous tattle, magnanimity. Do you not see how many qualities you are immediately able to exhibit, in which there is no excuse of natural incapacity and unfitness, and yet you still remain voluntarily below the mark? Or are you compelled, through being defectively furnished by nature, to moan and to be stingy and to flatter, and to find fault with your poor body, and to try to please people, and to make great display of doing things, and to be so anxiety-ridden? No, by the gods, but you might have been delivered from these things long ago. Only if in truth you can be charged with being rather slow and dull of comprehension, you must exert yourself about this also, not neglecting it, nor yet taking pleasure in your dullness. One man, when he has done a service to another, is ready to set it down to his account as a favor conferred. Another is not ready to do this, but still in his own mind he thinks of the man as his debtor, and he knows what he has done. A third, in a way, does not even know what he has done, but he is like a vine which has produced grapes, and seeks for nothing more once it has produced its own fruit. As a horse when he has run, a dog when he has tracked the game, a bee when it has made the honey, so a man when he has done a good act does not call out for others to come and see, but he goes on to another act, as a vine goes on to produce again the grapes in season. Must a man then be one of these who act in this sort of way without looking at what he has done? Yes. But this very thing is necessary, the observation of what a man is doing, for it may be said it is characteristic of the social animal to perceive that he is working in a social manner, and indeed to wish that his social partner also should perceive it. Well, it is true what you say, but you do not quite understand what is being said, and for this reason you will become one of those who mark up favors, of whom I spoke before. For even they are misled by a certain show of reason. But if you will choose to understand the meaning of what is said, do not fear that for this reason you will omit any action of social benefit.
Good thoughts, good words, good deeds.